everybody, it's Jenny here, and I'm coming to you with a video about when to start tracking how much weight you've lost on HCG based on P1, P2, P3 being different. There is a lot of conflicting information out there. Let me jump into it. I'll talk about my own personal numbers at the end of the video for those of you who don't care. So here's the nuts and bolts of it. Some people start measuring in P2 what their weight loss is on the diet. All right, I've talked about this in general. I haven't done a video specifically just on this, but I've mentioned this before, so it may sound familiar to you if you're following more videos on the channel. But I'm trying to move my screen and it won't move. Oh well. Here's what happens if you start tracking how much you've lost on P2. When you start P2, it's after 2 days of loading, all right, while you're taking the HCG hormone, which is not agreeing with the fact that you're putting a whole bunch of food into your body. So your weight is going to balloon. Not to mention when you take in all that food and loading, you know that there's a lot of salt and probably some the water retention from the carbs and the salt that are involved in those loading days is going to make you balloon out and your weight to go up anyway. Which is why when I do my diet, I typically during loading gain 4 to 5 pounds. And in the first 2 days on P2, I lose between 4 to 5 pounds. So usually at about day 3 to 4 on P2 is when I'm really starting to do the actual losing of weight. Now, because of this, I strongly side with the people who start doing your weighing and keeping track of it in terms of how much have you lost at P1 at the very beginning of the diet, which is discouraging, I understand, in the first 2 days because you're getting it on the scale and say, okay, let's just say you weigh, let's pick a round number, 150. So you weigh 150 and you get on the scale. 150 would be nice. Maybe I should start with 200, make us all feel better. Anyway, 150, and then all of a sudden you're 155. And so you're trying to keep track of your weight loss, but you've just gained 5 pounds in a couple days. And then so you're going into half of a week and you still haven't lost anything. And yet you have a couple days of feeling pretty restrictive because the first couple days on HCG and the new norm of just not putting food into your mouth all day long is difficult. Even if you're not hungry, it's just difficult to break the habit of eating, the actual habit of doing it. So I get that. I get that. But let's call it what it is. If you start weighing yourself at the beginning of P2, it's really like a false positive. That's not weight that you've lost. You've just loaded your body with a ton of salt and carbs and physical heavy foods, and you are just stuffed to your capacity. And then you're going to start keeping track of your weight loss. Well, your numbers are going to look amazing. But did you really lose all that weight? I mean, you just need to do a gut check and say, do I want to just see numbers go down so that when I say I've lost 10 pounds, I've lost 10 pounds, but the reality is you've only lost 5? For me personally, I want a true indication. When I was in P2 round 1 last time after about a year or so of not doing HCG, I lost 18 pounds. Those are true 18 pounds because my weight I weighed at the very beginning before my loading. And then I could truly see how much weight I lost on the diet. And I personally think that that's what you should do too, so that you don't trick yourself. Because if you think you've lost 10 or 15 pounds and 5 of it you've really only lost 5 or 10, and then you put some on in P3 and you gain 5 back, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm right back where I began. I just went through that entire restrictive diet and was so good about monitoring my food, and yet, for what? A month or two later, I'm exactly back where I was. And that's because you weren't using real numbers in your head. You have to really realize, ooh, I went on that diet. I only lost 5 to 10 pounds. I think it also will help you be better about monitoring yourself when you get off the diet. Because if you know you only lost 5 to, let's say, 7 pounds, if you're gaining 2 to 3 pounds afterwards, you're going to be like, whoa, 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 whoa. I won't let myself get back to where I was. I worked too hard. At least that's how I am. So we'll see. You can let me know how you are and if that agrees with you. But I strongly, strongly, strongly suggest to weigh yourself at the very beginning. I know the numbers are going to go up before they come back down during those 2 days of loading, but that's okay. It's all part of the diet plan. Just consider it um, informational to see how much your scale can go up. Now, maybe you're one of those bodies that doesn't retain a lot of water and who doesn't affect it isn't affected by carbs as much as other people. And loading for you, you're the kind of person that can't pack in a whole bunch of food and you're having multiple bowel movements and it's working right through you right away anyway. So maybe your numbers don't go up 5 pounds. Maybe only go up 2 pounds in the 2 days of loading and then come back down. Or maybe you're somebody who can go as much as 6, 7, 8 pounds in those 2 days. Everybody's a little bit different. Everyone's body is a little bit different. But I just feel like it's important to be honest with yourself and not try to trick yourself into thinking that you've lost more than you really have, because when you fall off the wagon eventually, as we all do at some point, it's easier to get back on it if you are being honest with yourself. All right, that's all I have for today. All right, numbers. Numbers not great. I did better eating yesterday. Remember how I had 2 days of just terrible eating and then I gained 2 pounds? Um, Yesterday I did better, but I didn't do great. I like cut in half what I was doing, and the scale stayed the same. And I will say that today I feel kind of bloated, and it's hard to say if yeah, I can't get my ring off. I am bloated. Um, and I feel kind of full still, even though I ate considerably less than I had done the days before. So I'm getting myself slowly back on track. Hopefully, in the next couple of days, I can pare it down enough that I can start seeing the numbers on the scale go down, because I would love to remain in P3 at, at the point of where I ended P2 before I start my next round of P2, which my next round of P2 is probably going to be mm, in a couple weeks, in a couple more weeks. I'm not going to have the full 2 months in between that I feel like I should have, but circumstances are just such that I need to figure something out. And let me just say, I just found out in the past 2 days that my daughter in California is now officially engaged and wants to get married within the year. So I have motivation to lose weight for that, but I also know that there's a lot of stress involved with that because she lives in California. Her future husband's family lives in Idaho. We live in Ohio. And she's thinking about planning the wedding at a neutral destination like Nashville, Tennessee. Stress, the stress. All right. That's all I have for today. I hope this was helpful. Now you know how to weigh yourself properly. You do you and make your own decisions. I apologize. My cat's on my desk. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.